Hello everyone and welcome to my preview for Turnbull Stakes save for this upcoming Saturday at Flemington. Great race, the feature, and a brilliant undercard as we see how we went last week back in the green. Yes, that is good, and we're getting back to some sort of overall profit, still -2 profit on turnover, but that can all change hopefully if we get some winners, which I think we can this week. Four to take a look at, so let's get straight on with them. We'll start in race number 2. It's the Dalimaribyrne on trial stakes for the 2-year-olds at listed level over the 1,000 metres. First 2-year-old race of the new racing season here in Victoria, and the one I like is Centre Square, and this was its last start jump out over the 800 metres at Flemington. Mark Zara rode it on this occasion. You can tell that Mark Zara rode it just by, his riding style. Settled towards the inside part of the track and finished off quite nicely without being tested along too much. Big note of the fact that Weimar and Eustace giving it a jump out at Flemington. They have facilities at Cranbourne. There's been 2-year-old trials at Cranbourne, but no, they've taken it straight to Flemington, so they've obviously had this race picked out for a long time. Mark Zara rode it on this occasion in its jump out, rides it on Saturday. He's probably liked the horse for a long time, so all those factors point to it looks a pretty hard horse to beat, and with a lot of unknowns, it could present over the odds. Race number 3 is the ABC Bullion Superimposed Stakes for the 3-year-olds at listed level over the 1,800 metres, and the one I quite like here, is the favourite in Riff Rocket, and this was its last start run at Rose Hill about 8 days ago, so it's on a pretty quick turnaround, but I like that. Chris Waller trains, so that fills me with confidence. He knows what he's doing, putting horses on the sharp turnaround, also transferring between different states. J-Mac takes the ride here, which fills me with abundance of confidence. Draws gate 1, so may need some luck, but can also settle a little bit closer, hopefully in an on-speed roll. Was good here at Rose Hill, coming from the back over 1,800 from the back, so can settle closer here, and hopefully with a big long Flemington straight can pick him up. It's a pretty good horse, and I like its chances. Race number 6 is the Furphy Rose of Kingston Stakes over the 1,400 metres for the mares at Group 2 level. And I know I'm boring, but this horse should just win. Princess Grace is the class above this lot. This was its last start run in the Maccabi Diva Stakes at Flemington at Group 1 level, 1,600 behind Mr. Brightside, where I think it was a little bit unsuited. Drew the outside gate on this occasion, had to go forward to be outside the leader. Don't think it likes it. I think it likes in an on-speed roll with cover. That's how it races best, and draws gate 5 on Saturday, so can get those conditions. J-Mac in the saddle, Chris Waller trains, perfect combination. J-Mac will get into an on-speed roll, probably one off. There'll probably be a 3-wide train around it, so may need a bit of luck, and the other jockeys will be aware of it and try and keep it in, but that's the only thing I think can get it beat. It's a class above this slot. Was just beaten behind Fangirl first up, was just beaten behind Mr. Brightside second up. Now drops back to a much weaker class in the Rose of Kingston, so I think Princess Grace should just win, just needs luck in the straight. It's last man standing time, and look at that leaderboard. No change in the order, but a bit of change in value. I've gotten much closer to the top. Sky High Horse Racing and Geordie, he's tailed off. He needs some improvement. But if you want to join, just message me through Twitter. It's totally free. You don't need to pay any money. And it's just a little fun thing to do each week. So we get on with what we're doing this week. Sky High Horse Racing having a $50 win multi. Princess Grace into Romantic Warrior looks hard to beat. 30 the win on Buse in the first at Flemington, and 25 the win on Irish Flame on Friday night at the Valley. I think it's about $34 win price at the moment, Irish Flame, so that's very interesting. I haven't done the form for anywhere else but Flemington, unfortunately, so I'm just stuck with the two I like the most, Riff Rocket and Princess Grace, and I put them two in a multi as well, hoping for a collect. And Geordie, he's fully gone for it. He's trying to sweep us all up in 1 week. He's having 200 the place on Romantic Warrior, 200 the place on Celestial Legend, 100 the win on that Godolphin horse in race 2, the 2-year-old race, and Razors 30 the place. So that's interesting, but let's see how we go. Race number 10 is the Whirlpool Paris Lane Stakes at listed level over the 1,400 metres, and the one I like here is Tamerlane, the favourite for Godolphin. This was its last start run, first up in the Bill Ritchie behind Redina, who came out and won the Epsom Handicap last week. Tamerlane, this was his first up run, went to the front, peaked on its run late, I thought, so it will be better for that. Second up in its career, only 1 from 5, but I think it'll take a lot of improvement from its first up run in the Bill Ritchie. Doesn't have to lead, and I think drawn gate 12, by this stage of the day, you want to be in that part of the track anyway. Damien Lane takes the ride. He's riding as good as anyone at the moment. So can hopefully be in that nice sweeping 3-wide lane, midfield to on speed, second up fitter, down to Flemington, down to Victoria from Sydney. Hopefully can get the job done in the last. But that's going to do it for this Turnbull Stakes Day preview. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I've found you some winners. And I'll see you next week for a packed Caulfield Guineas Day.